is it going? Welcome to this very different kind of video. I'm sorry if the audio is a little bit echoey and not quite up to my usual standard because as you can see, I am not in my normal recording room because I needed some more space to try and build a fursuit head. You guys have been asking me for ages to try and build my own fursuit. And I've always wanted to, just never really found like the time and don't really have good access to materials. So now that we're all kind of stuck inside, thought why not give it a go? However, I still can't go out and get materials. So why not try and make one with stuff that I've already got laying around the house? It's probably going to be a very terrible idea to make my first fursuit head attempt one that's going to be particularly difficult, but I guess we will see how it goes. I am going to be out of suit for the actual building process, so I do apologize, you are going to be exposed to my ugly mug, but I like being able to see, and I don't want to accidentally damage my fursuit because I could absolutely see myself getting hot glue and duct tape everywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna make or what it's gonna look like. Let's go and raid the house and see what we can find. First thing, we're gonna need some kind of fur. No, just kidding. Aha! Yes! I thought I kept this. So this is all the... Whoop, damn it. This is all the leftover fur from my fur experiment video. Wasn't sure if I had that tucked away somewhere, but I did not. So haha, we have actual fur for this fursuit. What else? I need something to actually act as a mannequin, so I could use my head dryer. I'm gonna have to pat it out with something so it's actually head shaped, but I guess that will do for now. An old balaclava. This is actually my very, very first balaclava, and I don't really wear it anymore because it's a bit big. So I think that will do perfectly as a send-off. Oh, oop, duct tape always important. Sticky. Now the hardest part is going to be finding something for the eyes. Some bubble wrap, that's see-through. That could maybe work for eyes. Try this one. Ooh. Yes! Fly screen! Kind of. I mean, that should work for eyes-ish. It'll be better than bubble wrap anyway. Sweet! Aha! EVA foam. We're about to throw these out because I was gonna use these to make a little in-home gym and then never did because I'm terrible and got a gym subscription anyway. But they shall live again. Aha! Actual foam. A bit manky because the cats kind of stole it. I was actually gonna use this for the furry science video just to see how the foam got affected by all the stains as well. Then the cats claimed it and we didn't have the heart to take it away from them. But they stopped using it, so now I'm taking it back. Yes, there we go. Cleany. Yeah. Hopefully, yes! Haha! I still have hot glue gun. And, ooh, a couple of sticks. It should be enough to get me through. All the fursuit makers right now are like, ha! You think that's enough to build a fursuit? Alright. Just to make things even more difficult for myself, I'm also not going to let myself look up any tutorials at all. I am just going to improvise this and use the little bits of knowledge I already have just from researching fursuit building for making videos. So first we need an actual base to build the head on that's going to be a similar size to my head, which this is not. So I need to find a way to pad that out a bit more. Okay, I think I will shed the suit from here, so I'm sorry, but... I do have an idea. Cole's reusable bags. When they made reusable bags, I don't think this is the intention they had in mind. I mean, hey, that's not too bad to be honest. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? This one's a bit snug on me, so should be snug on the... Ooh, actually, that's actually kind of a really nice fit. Okay, that actually worked. Ooh, and they always mark out where the eyes are. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up my head with this head and put dots where my eyes kind of hit. We shall call him Baguette. Here's the balaclava. I'll try and make the snoot somehow. How do I attach this? I can't just put it straight onto the bag. I suppose there's usually a bit of foam that comes down there, isn't there? I mean, I could just use one of these little strips just for that middle bit. That's actually pretty perfect. Let's do that. Hot glue time.
After hot gluing down some strips of EVA foam to give the base a sort of foundation to glue all the other foam chunks onto, I started carving out a vague sort of snout shape from my big upholstery foam chunk, and a lower jaw as well, and some cheeks to round out the head. It took forever, and carving is definitely not one of my strong suits. This was very new to me, and my scissors weren't the sharpest either. I did my best, and it's not too bad. I don't know if I should start trying to pattern some furring from here, or should I keep patting it out with foam a little bit? I mean, I kind of would like to have it done in a day. That'd be nice. You sweet summer child. You poor naive thing. You had no idea. It is the morning of day 4. Alright, here we are on day 2. So this is how far I got in one day. It's a lot more than I thought I would get. I mean, like, it looks like a dog, which is a lot more than I was hoping for. It's derpy, but it's kind of adorable derpy. Like, look at that little smile. We gotta add some, like, eyebrowy bits there, otherwise he's gonna have a very flat head. And then once those are on, we can attempt to pattern. Cue time lapse. I carved some vague eyebrow shapes out of the EVA foam, glued them on, and then got started on the base for the pattern, which is made out of glad wrap and duct tape. This allows you to literally draw out the pattern on the base, cut it out, and then use that as a stencil for when you cut out all your fur shapes, so it all goes back together properly. I knew to do this because I've seen other fursuit heads be built like this before, but never really tried it myself, and it was actually quite relaxing. I enjoyed taping them all up in duct tape. I think we're gonna try and put it on from here, just to see, just as like a proof of concept. Because I would like it to be wearable. Hey, there we go. Yeah, let's just glue everywhere. Okay. I mean, it's a head. Yeah, no. Well, if I cut the back open a little bit, that'll fix that. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's on! And it's actually a decent fit! Holy cow! We might actually be able to do this. Like, the mouth is in the right spot. My eyes are in where I've marked the eyes. Oh my god! Look at me! I'm a dog. And I can't see anything. It works! So I could probably do the back, a bit of the back in grey. I'm gonna have to plan the pieces out very efficiently if I don't want to run out of fur. It's definitely going to prove it quite difficult. Thought I had more of this. And so began drawing the pattern onto the base, remembering to draw little X's along some of the lines so it's easier to remember how it all goes back together later. Halfway through cutting out all the tape, I remember that I had an entire another bag of fur. This grey fur is supposed to be for Lucio for editing his bodysuit into the new design, and it's just been sitting in a cupboard for ages, and I totally forgot I even had it until now, so this was absolutely perfect, because I was getting really scared that I wasn't going to be able to have enough fur to finish the head, so this was a huge relief. I also didn't really have any good materials for the nose or the inside of the ears or the tongue, so I had to look through my drawers and I found an old plaid shirt that was one of my favorites but doesn't fit me anymore, and what better way to reuse it than use it on a fursuit. So I'm gonna use this shirt for all those bits and give it sort of a plush look. Day 3, here we are. We've got patterns and pieces, and I'm in my sweatpants because I'm feeling a bit done. Why do people do this? Blah, 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 blah. Patterning, 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 and then cutting them all out with a Stanley knife so it doesn't ruin the fur. So we have all these pieces, and then we'll try and sew them together. Hand sew, because I don't have a sewing machine. In hindsight, I probably should have just glued it all down instead of hand sewing it, so at least it would have been done quicker, but glue is so much harder to go back from if you make a mistake. Hand sewing, you can at least just unpick it. So I willingly put myself up for one very, very long night of hand sewing everything. It didn't end there either. I made a paper template of my idea for the eyes just to see how it would look, and it was actually pretty adorable, so I decided to stick with that. As for the inside of the mouth, I found an old black shirt, as I thought I would, and used that for the roof of the mouth and the bottom of it. But for teeth, it got a bit more difficult. I didn't have any old white shirts, so I found an old white sock and made some teeth out of that. By the time that was all done, it was 3 in the morning, so I decided to call it a night there. I was working on this on stream with patrons to 3 o'clock in the morning. I got 6 hours sleep, and I'm back. This was supposed to be done 2 days ago. I sewed the last bits on, like the ears and the teeth, and got on to making the eyes, which are made out of the fly screen that I found earlier, and I also found a white cardboard box with a nice sort of gloss to it, so I decided to use that for the white part of the eyes. They looked a bit dull without any colour on them, so I grabbed a blue Sharpie and added some. At this point, he was definitely far too fluffy, and my original plan was just sort of hand scissor it, but then my lovely, most amazing, incredible saviour and wife Keebs very kindly offered to give me a crash course in clipping. Because she is actually a mobile dog groomer, so she of course has these dog clippers, and I didn't even think about that. We gave them a thorough wash, I had a practice, and then just went for it. And honestly, it was a lot easier than what I had initially thought. It's not as scary as I had imagined. Still not easy, and my job is extremely choppy because the base isn't exactly solid. But it took a lot less time than it would have to hand scissor. Then I sewed on the eyes rather than gluing them, so then I could like upgrade them to proper eyes later if I wanted to. But he was done. Say hello to Lumpy, for obvious reasons. Yeah, I mean, it's a fursuit. It's undoubtedly a fursuit. Not a good one, but it's a fursuit, so I hit my minimum goal, so woohoo! I mean, the hardest part of this overall was definitely making the base because of my very limited resources, and that's something I've never done before. I've at least done like sewing and patterning and things before, but like foam carving or making a foam base was completely new to me. So far I've learned that I definitely need some much thinner sheets of the upholstery foam. The thick foam is good for like big bits like the snoot, but for smaller details like the cheeks and things, it was really difficult to work with because I'm not very good at cutting it thinner. I had so many dodgy cuts and so much wasted foam just because I couldn't cut it properly. Another thing that I'd really like to fix up on him in the future is definitely the eyes. Because like the cardboard that I use is very flat, and usually with 2D eyes you want to use something that's a bit domed so it gives it a bit more life. It doesn't look so flat in the eyeballs. And it's a pity that I only had fly screen because it's quite obvious where my eyes are, but look, I think it could have been worse. At least it wasn't the bubble wrap. And the fur on the actual base is very loose because I didn't glue it down. That's mainly because one, I'm a bit too terrified to do so because glue is a commitment. I have commitment issues. I'd rather sew it so that it's easier to undo. And I'm not sure if that was like the best course of action to do anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do anything else on this head, but hey, if you want to see Lumpy be developed into a full partial fursuit, let me know in the comments below. And if you're a fursuit maker, please let me know what you think I should do to improve it and just neaten him up a little bit, like especially his jaw is a bit crooked. I'm not entirely sure how I achieved that, but if you have any tips for how to uncrooked it, what you think I should do to make the fur sit to the base a bit better, just anything and everything really, help me out here. Because hey, maybe I could do that for the next video. We can fix up Lumpy properly with proper supplies and make him into a proper partial. Brute is back. Yeah, this video was quite the adventure. I hope you enjoyed the whole process of it. Again, let me know in the comments what you think Lumpy's fate should be. Should we fix him up? Or should I put him in a closet and never let him see the light of day again? Because given the limitations, I'm really happy with how it went. Next time, I would definitely spend some more time on the base because there were a lot of bits I had to rush just so I could get this video out in time. And it was really good finally being able to try like shaving a fursuit. Thanks to Makiba letting me borrow her dog clippers. And a very, very, very big thank you to the patrons and channel members who joined my live streams of building this guy. That way I wasn't so lonely and it helped keep me sane and helped me come up with some ideas on what to use and some extra techniques and things as well. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I think that about wraps this up. So thank you so much for watching. We'll definitely not be here without that. And I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay awesome. See you next time. Bye!